Welcome to the Social Stack, your go-to channel for marketing needs for real estate based in technology. I'm Amy Stack, and today we will be going over how to create a multi-touch agent announcement campaign to let people know that you are new to real estate or new to the company that you are in now. So to do that, I am actually going to show you how to do this in the Keller Williams command platform. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I've just logged in to command. So I'm just on, oh, I thought I was on the dashboard. I was in contacts. So when you log into command, your screen will look like this. Could be a little different depending on your tasks. You can see I have some in here. Gotta call myself apparently. All right, but today we're pretty much going to live in this applet over here. It's called Smart Plans. So when you join a new office or start real estate for the first time and you want to let everybody know that you're doing it, what's the best way to go about doing that? That's what we're going to talk about right now. And for those of you that have already done that type of thing, this is a great refresher on just how to use that Smart Plan applet, and you can apply it to any announcements or information you want to share with your database. I'm going to go ahead and just give you guys the reminder that for this to work, you do need to have contacts inside your system. So I've just clicked on the contact section here. You can see I've got lots of people in there, and I've got some tags in there too, which will also make it easier for you to send messages like this. So you do need to have people in there in order to send it to them. I think that makes sense, right? If you don't have phone numbers, you can't text them. If you don't have emails, you can't email them. So just keep that in mind while you're putting this together. I'm going to go ahead and click on that Smart Plan button now. And you can see I have a whole bunch of Smart Plans in my library already. If you've never logged in, this screen will be blank, and that's totally okay. You can absolutely create Smart Plans from scratch. You do not have to, though. We have a full library with a whole bunch of content that you can search through. They are also editable plans that are in that library. So if you find something and you're like, I really like the overall feel of this, but it doesn't sound like me. Or like there's a few from people in Hawaii and they start and end everything with aloha. And, you know, I'm in Chicago, so that doesn't make sense to come from me. So you can edit that content. So today I want to show you how to find a plan that's already in the library that is an agent announcement plan, so you don't have to start from scratch. Save you a little bit of time there. To do that, you're going to leave My Smart Plans and you're just going to come over to this button right here that says Library and click on Library. So you can see there are a whole bunch of different things in here. And the one I'm going to point out today is called Brand New Agent Announcement. So if I type in brand new, let's see, it came up with the first one, just the word brand. This one right here, I'm going to go ahead and hit Add Smart Plan, and I'm going to hit Download. So what that has done is added the Smart Plan into My Smart Plans, so I can refer back to that later. Now, if you had no idea what was in here and you wanted to see what was in these things, you could just hit View Steps, and you can see this one is a one-step automated email. If I hover over that, I can actually get a sample of what that email is. You can get a preview to see if it's something you actually like. Now, let's say these things weren't what you were looking for. I can do, let's just try announcement. And there's a whole bunch. So there's Pi Day, E-Edge. You can see there's lots of good stuff in there. There's that brand new agent announcement again. Newly licensed agents announcement to Sphere of Influence. So this one has 23 steps. So that means it's more than just that one email. So if I hit View Steps on this one, you can see we have an email, a text message, a phone call, another email, so on and so forth. So I'm going to add both of these because I want to show you the difference between the two. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Add Smart Plan. You can rename it if you want to here. I think mine's already in my library, which is why I cannot hit that download button, which is okay. You will just hit download and it will appear in there for you. So once you've downloaded those, we're still in the library. You're just going to click back to My Smart Plans. Now you can see, here's the one that I already had downloaded in there, the My Newly Licensed Agent one, and then here's the one I just hit that download button on. So I'm going to start with the short one just so you guys can see what it looks like for a simple smart plan. So to edit that, you go all the way to the right and hit the pencil. Before I dig into this, does anybody have any questions up to this point? Let me open my chat too. Don't see anything in the chat. Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to keep on keeping on. Okay, so I did not have to type any of this information in there. Somebody wrote this email and thought it was a good thing and that other people might want to use it, so they shared it and I grabbed it. Isn't that nice? You can see my reply to email address is already programmed in there. That is the email that's programmed in your marketing profile or in your command mail settings inside this button up here. So top right, it'll say your name and you can hit settings and there'll be a button that says command email. And if you want to change this reply to email, you just need to update that command email section. I believe it says manage. I get questions about that a lot. I wanted to make sure you knew that. You can also just hit this little settings button right here and it'll take you right to that section I was telling you about. So the subject line populated in because that was programmed into the smart plan. You can absolutely update that if you want to. So maybe we want it to say, I have an exciting announcement. Whoops. Little exclamation point, right? Maybe you want to put an emoji in there or something. Little megaphone, right? So you can do that too. Okay, so I've edited my subject line and then here is the email that was pre-written for me. And there's a couple of things I want to point out on here. One is that it says dear and then contact first name. So what's going to happen here is when you choose the people you want to send it to, it's going to populate their name automatically. So you get that nice little personal touch. Maybe I want to put a comma after that. So in this case, if I sent it to myself, it would say Dear Amy instead of Dear Contact First Name. Everybody follow on that? See some nods? Perfect. If you want, we do have several different options that you can fill in. This is called a merge field. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like and how that works. Just move my cursor over a little bit. And this little F right here is your merge field button. So I can tap on that. And then you can see there's a whole bunch of items that you can choose from. So that will pull the information from your contact or your command profile and feed it right into the blue section there. So like, let's say I wanted to add my team name. I could click that and now it would say, you know, the social stack right there. I don't want that in there, so I'm going to delete it, but that's how the merge field feature works. And you have the whole letter that's been written for you. You'll notice that the person that wrote this put a few things in all caps with some brackets, and that's because they want you to customize that. So unless it's blue like this, it will not update for you. So in this example, we would want to go ahead and put the company name in there. Oops. I will be joining. So this particular letter is somebody who's getting ready to join a new office. Right, so you put Keller Williams, Premier Properties, Experience, Infinity, you know, whichever office you're out of, which is known throughout the, and for me, I'm in Glen Ellen right now. So I'm just going to put Glen Ellen, the Glen Ellen area for integrity and real estate expertise, so on and so forth. So you check all of this, make sure it sounds like you, like you're how you would talk to people, and that you're happy with the rest of the message. Please visit my website at, and this I believe is a merge field as well. Oh, not here, maybe just in design. So then you can put your, you know, kw.com. Everybody has a website. It's usually the same as your email. So like if my email was amystack@kw.com, my website is probably amystack.kw.com. So if you need help with that, check with your agent services. You can also go to your consumer button right here and it will tell you what your website name is, or URL is, I'm sorry. So please visit my website at kw.com. And if you're typing that in there, maybe you want to make this actually a button that they can click on and it will go there versus having to copy and paste it into your browser. So you can just highlight that And just to the left of that little merge button, there's a button that looks kind of like a chain link. So if I tap on that, it will let me put the URL in there. So it is going to want your HTTP / www. So you can just pull up your website and copy and paste the URL right in here. So if I hit add link, now you see it's blue and underlined. So when the client receives it, they'll actually be able to just click on that button. And you can put your phone number in there. And away we go. That's the whole email. Sincerely, and it'll say Amy Stack. And then if it says client, that's, you just have to make sure that, like, this one says contact first name and this says agent first name. So obviously your contact is who's in your database, your agent is you. So this was just a simple one-step smart plan. I'm going to go ahead and hit that check mark to save all of my changes. Now it's saved in my library. It didn't update in the public one. It's just applied those changes to your smart plan library. So now that I have my email in here, I can choose to add contacts right here. And I can search by tags. If I have a certain tag I want it to send to, I can search for a specific person. Christy, you might be in here. Oh, no, that's okay. But I can look for a specific person and check the box. Or I can actually do it from my contact page as well. So, or like from the specific contact or my contact dashboard. There's lots of different ways to add people. Since we're here, I would just find everybody I want. And you can see that I actually have 218 people. So I might not want to spend the time to click, scroll to the next page, click, scroll to the next page. You can see how that could take up a lot of time if you have a lot of contacts, right? If you only have 50, just add them all, hit add to smart plan. And then you can choose, do you want to send them all automatically right now? Would you like to send them at a future date, or would you like to stagger them? So I like the stagger feature, especially if you're asking questions that you're expecting a response from, or you have a text message or a call step, because you can say, I want this to go to, 10, let me check that box, 10 people a day, ooh, or 30, whatever number you want. And that way, if you send it to 10 people and all 10 people want to respond to you in the same day, it's going to be easier for you to reply to all of them versus if you send it to 100 people and 100 people get back to you at the same time. Do you have time to answer all of them? So that is why I like that stagger feature. So if I wanted to go ahead and send that to them, I would just hit confirm. And currently the way it's set up, it would send to 10 people today, 10 people tomorrow, 10 people the next day. Everybody follow that? Yeah? Okay, perfect. So I'm going to just hit X. I don't actually want to send it to all of them. I'm going to hit X again. Now, let's say, hit save one more time. Let's say you have a bunch of people in your database and you don't want to click through and add just 20 at a time. To quickly add everybody at one time, you can go to your contacts button. And over on the right, it's going to probably say show 1 of 10, maybe 1 of 50 like mine. You can click that button and you can go all the way up to 500 at a time. So if I show 1 to 500, you can see I have 200 people in my database currently. So I can go ahead and I'm seeing everybody on this screen. I can now click this little white box on the far left side next to name, and it's going to select all of my contacts. You can see right here, there's 218 selected. And now I have a new little button that's popped up that says select bulk action. So I can click that drop down. And there's a button right here that says add to smart plan. So if I choose that, I have to remember the name of my smart plan, but right here is the one we just created. So brand new agent. So I can go ahead and select that. And I have those same options, send now, send at a later date, or stagger. So that way I don't have to click through 20 at a time. I can do up to 500 at a time this way. So that's a little time saving tip for you. Okay, I'm gonna hit cancel. And ooh, that was fun. Does anybody have questions at this point before we look at a multi-step plan? I don't see anything in the chat. Nothing yet. Okay, I'm going to go back into smart plans then. So we're going to the left, that fourth icon. And we were in brand new agent. And you can see it was only 1 day here. And my second one in my library is 34 days. And there's actually 12 touches. So this one was built out with some more information in it. And I want to show you what a multi-step plan looks like. Sound good? Yeah, all right. Before I move on, I just want to show you, once you add people, you will be able to see this little eyeball here. So you can see I have one person on this smart plan called Agent Fundamentals. If I want to see who that one person is, I can click the eyeball. Guess what? It's me. I was testing it. So then I can unsubscribe if I want to right here, or I can just leave it and say, okay, that's great. But when you have smart plans running, this is a quick way to identify who all is receiving that plan. Okay, so we're going to go into that second one. We're going to go to the far right, hit that pencil to hit edit and pull it up. So if you guys like this one, jot this down. It's going to be newly licensed agent announcement to SOI. That's what it is called in the library. And you'll get all of these steps and it will pull right into your account for you. So again, just like we saw with the other email, the return or reply to email address is in there and the subject line is in there. What looks a little different now is that we've got a fun picture. And if I want to see that whole email, I can click on these three little dots and I can hit edit or preview or select a totally new one. I'm going to go ahead and hit preview so you guys can see what it looks like. All of this information at the top is going to populate with your information that's inside your marketing profile. The rest of it here, you can see is pre-written for you, and you might want to read through it again to make sure it sounds like you, see if there's anything you might want to update. And all of this information at the bottom will also pull in from your marketing profile. So if you really want to see what that looks like, we can hit edit. I'm going to go ahead and just hit got it. And now I can actually come in and edit if I want to. If I looked at it and you're like, oh, I want to update this thing, you can do that through that edit button right here. To get a better idea of the preview with what all of those merge fields will look like that feed in from your profile, we can hit the eyeball. And now you can see it's got my branding at the top. And in the section over here, it had said like market center name or town, something like that. Right here, it says Keller Williams Premier Properties. That fed in because there was a merge field that said, I think market center name. We can go back and take a peek. And then at the bottom, all of my contact information has fed into. So that's a great way to get a preview of it. And I'm going to say I don't want to change anything. So we're just going to hit save and exit. And the reason this looks different is because before we were in simple email. Do you guys see these buttons right here? Simple versus designs. So this design that I just clicked on was actually an agent created it inside their command account in designs. So if you ever want to make your own email layout like that, you can do that through this button right here. We're not going to dig into that too much today, but you can create your own and upload it in there. And all you have to do is hit designs instead of simple to pull that design right in there. So this plan said it had 12 touches over 34 days. So this is just step one. And then you're like, all right, well, what are all the other steps? When do they go out? How do I know what's going on? If we scroll down, we're on send email is step one. Step two is set a delay. So 2 days of a delay has been set. So email goes out and then 2 days later, number three happens. Number three in this case is a text message. So this one will say, Amy, did you get my email? I have an exciting announcement to make. I'm a real estate agent now. Can I call you and share more? And then Amy Stack. Well, since I'm Amy, I would say Amy Stack. So maybe I would say, you know, Freddie, did you get my email? And then it would come from Amy Stack. Now, in order for this to work, you do need to set up Twilio inside your account. It is a pretty inexpensive feature. We do get bulk pricing through Keller Williams for that. And that will allow you to send texts automatically, so you don't have to manually message everybody. The system will send it for you. If you don't want to sign up for a Twilio account, you could replace this step with one that says create task and set up a task reminder for yourself to send out a text message. Personally, I would like it to just do it for me, so I think it's worth it. I think the plans start at like $3.40 or 60 cents a month, and it's for like 300 or 500 credits, something like that. So they're pretty affordable. So that's our third step here. Then we have another delay of 2 days, and then we have a task reminder to make a call. So this is where it could really come in handy not to send to 500 people in one day and to actually stagger it, because you want to make that connection with your people. The highest, how do I want to say this? So between email, text, and phone calls, what's the best way to build relationships with people? How many times do people actually open emails? How many emails do you get every single day? Right? So there's probably less opens that will happen on your email. It's usually around 20-25% of an open rate on emails. Texts are closer to 90, which is why that's a really good way to connect with people. And then making a phone call is another way to stand out. So not everybody answers their phone all the time, and that's okay. You can leave a message. You can just tell them you wanted to catch up, or like this, tell them you have this exciting new announcement. You just wanted to fill them in and share the happiness with them, right? You can see right here, it gives you a little description of a prompt on what to talk about in that call. So in your task reminders, this one will say call or contact on social media. So it gives you an option there. And it would say whoever your contact name is. So we'll say Freddie Thomas. If no phone number or email for the contact, you can reach out on social. So that would be a reminder that would come up on your dashboard when you log into Command. Then we have another 5-day delay, so almost a week, and we have another email that goes out. And again, you can just click on the 3 little dots, preview the design, see the content in there. So this is just going to go like this for, the next 12 steps. So you can check it all out. So there's an email, another delay of 2 days, another text, a delay of 2 days, another phone call, delay of 7 days, another email. Sense a pattern here? So this is all written for you. It's going to touch on different subjects. And all you have to do is go in and decide if it sounds like you, if there's any information you want to edit, hit save, or hit save at the top, and add your people. Now, if you wanted to delete a step, all you have to do is hit this little X. Say, I don't want to make that last phone call. I can hit the X, I can hit remove, and now that's no longer on my smart plan. It won't let me end with a delay, so I'm going to hit delete on there too and hit remove. So that's how you can simply remove a step. Let's say you wanted to add another one. On the right-hand side, I can just hit my set delay. It's going to go right to the bottom of my list there. Let's say I want it to be a 3-day delay. I can just up and down on those arrows. And then what do I want to happen once this plan ends? Maybe I want it to go on to another smart plan. We have a monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan that is a great touch. It sends an email once a month to your contacts to let them know what's going on in their hyper local market. So I could say add to smart plan. And then it's going to say, which smart plan do you want to add to? And anything that you've already downloaded into your library will come up as an option here. So if you haven't added that plan, you'll want to save this, add it, and then come back and choose the plan. But I can go and just type in monthly. And right here we have monthly neighborhood nurture. So now I know once my campaign of those 12 steps, or now 11, has finished, I'm still going to stay in touch with them at least once a month by sending this email. So that would continually drip on them until they unsubscribe or I decide to take them off. I'm going to hit save. That's it. That is your agent announcement email. That's all written for you. All you have to do is just double check, make sure it sounds like you, and add your contacts. Who's got questions? You guys are quiet today. Anything you guys want me to go over? See again? All right. Well then, like I said, this is recorded. Oh, Michelle, were you going to say something? Your box highlighted, lit up. Oh, okay. Well then, this class is recorded, so you guys can get it on Saturday on my YouTube channel. You can always come back, rewind, pause, wherever you need to. I'll put my channel in the chat one more time for you. And as a quick reminder for those of you in E2P, we do offer Command on Demand 9 hours a week. So you can always hop in there if you're like, oh, I went to this class and I know I remember this part, but I don't remember what the next step is. we can help walk through that process with you. And Allison did put a question in here. Do you have any advice for expanding SOI in a new state? So you definitely want to do some farming would be my suggestion. If you are up for door knocking, that's a great way to get to know people in your neighborhood. You moved here and you don't know many people. I know it's a little hard right now with some of the COVID restrictions, but go out to some networking events. Get into the office with people to meet other agents, and they'll be able to start inviting you to different events as well. There's a lot of like neighborhood groups. Like I know in Glen Ellen, we have one, it's called Glen Ellen Newcomers. So people that are new to the town can join that group, and they have different events, Facebook groups, events in town to just meet new people. So I would definitely recommend just getting out there and wear your name badge, bring your cards, let everybody know. All right, well, I will let you guys go unless anybody has any other questions. Okay, next week, same time, but on Thursday, I forgot today's Wednesday, 1 o'clock on Thursday, we'll be doing some YouTube tips and tricks. So how to really not monopolize, how to get the most out of your YouTube channel. Make sure you know all the ways to take advantage of all the options you have for you. So I think I have it narrowed down to 7 tips to really utilize all that if you are interested in growing your business through YouTube. That'll be Thursday at 1 o'clock. And then you can just go to the E2P website, e2psuccess.com, and you can get the link right there. I will see you then. Thanks for coming, guys. Have a great day.
Hey, Amy, I have a question. It's not in